Hello and welcome to the Circle at Kismet. Today's reading is to reveal what we need to release, what is or has been holding us back, what needs to be cleared, healed, and what we need to move on from. Today we have 3 wizards as options to choose from. If you've not participated in a pick a pile before, pause the video, close your eyes, take a few slow deep breaths. When you open your eyes, you will know which option your heart is drawn to. So let's take a closer look at the options. Option number 1, the pink wizard. Option number 2, the orange wizard. And option number 3, the purple wizard. This reading will not be for everyone, so take what resonates and leave the rest. I try to post videos monthly and just wanted to say a huge thank you to all who are supporting the channel by liking, sharing and subscribing. Also a special shout out to those who have donated to the channel via Buy Me a Coffee, PayPal or by buying from my Etsy shop. This allows me to explore new and exciting ideas for future readings. Anyway, without further ado, the timestamps are below in the description box and I'll see you in your reading. If you pick wizard number 1, the pink wizard, here are your cards. We're going to start with the first batch of cards which relate to the situation that is surrounding you at the moment or that you've just come through. And we've got the 8 of Swords, the 6 of Swords, the 9 of Wands, the 6 of Cups, and the Empress. You appear to have been stuck and not sure what to do next. After much soul searching, consideration and deliberation, you have begun to plan what you feel is the path to follow. Only now a new obstacle has appeared between you and your goal. This could be something as simple as a person trying to intervene in your plans. Someone who is jealous possibly. Or one who doesn't want your time spent elsewhere. Maybe these plans involve you moving and this hiccup is about where you are trying to go. Whatever the issue, it has left you wondering once again what to do and questioning, is this decision the best option, as it seems so much less complicated when it was in its infant stages. This is almost like the pregnant pause before things can be resumed and begin to take flight. An adjustment to your perspective may be necessary to update plans to incorporate this new revelation. But if your heart is still invested in this project, then you will no doubt want to follow through. The next cards relate to what is this situation currently doing. These cards actually jumped out in 2 piles of 2. So the first 2 are Shadow, Divine Healers. And the second is Bravado, Warrior Guides. And then the next 2 of the batch are New Life, Divine Mother, and Leadership, Holy Spirit. The cards depict that it's time to work on some shadow work. This is where we face the darker sides of ourselves, the areas where we don't seem so confident and the parts of us that we are not so proud of. We may also need to work on our ego and not keeping up the exterior projection that we often put out to gain approval or to fit in. Beyond that, there is a new life and a chance to be at the helm of not only your own future, but also a project that may need your energy and drive to create a true purpose. The next 2 cards relate to if there's any ancestral or past life energies that can help you currently. And you have transportation and communal living. Transportation highlights your life being taken to a new level. This could also relate to transport links or the move of a house. It can also denote looking for help both further afield or closer to home, but in areas where you have not looked before. You are on a dedicated passage and need to adjust your path to the current climate and outside forces. Pay particular attention to your dreams and things that come into your head for no reason, as these generally come to mind for a purpose. The next cards relate to how to surrender. And these two cards are: surrender your fear of intimacy. You are ready to let love in, compassionately identify and begin to release any patterns that stop you from opening your heart. And the next card is surrender your fear of change. The universe is reminding you that you are cared for always, whether you are afraid of a change in your job, your health, or a relationship, or if you fear aging or death. Repeat the affirmation, I have faith that all is well. You are used to keeping your thoughts and feelings to yourself. You may share with someone in your close circle, but this is rare, as you are normally the person who is there for everyone else. Now is the time to express yourself and to put your true self into the limelight. You may feel vulnerable or exposed, showing your deepest self, but it can be refreshing and will finally show those around you what you have had to suppress for so long. The next couple of cards relate to advice and things that will help. So we have these cards. I'll show you the pictures because the imagery is quite beautiful. And this one is share. To help you make progress, it's a good idea to share what you have and what you care about. This is the next one. And the advice on the back is habits. Examine habits that may impede pathways to your goals and encourage beneficial ones. Then we have this one, which says capable. You can deal successfully with whatever challenges and circumstances arise. Sharing once again has come up, as it allows you to open up and to be who you really are. Equally, dropping old habits that you have become accustomed to and that you no longer enjoy or feel connected to will clear the way for what is meant for you. As the new you emerges, it will prove for once and for all what you are capable of and what you are really made of. And then last but not least, we have some outcome cards, and we have energy of love. Behold the world through the eyes of love. Do not be frustrated, let go and feel peaceful. And finally, make a change, welcome change into your life. Change is a huge thing, and it doesn't always come easily or is welcomed, but it is always necessary to keep us evolving, learning and updating our current selves. Our lives altering can be frustrating. If things don't go our way, move too slowly, or veer away from the course we felt we were on, rest assured the universe can see what is required and trust that our higher selves need this transition to get to where we need to be next for the phase ahead. Well, I hope you enjoyed that reading. If you did, give us a like, consider sharing and subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll see you in the next one. If you pick wizard number 2, the orange wizard, here are your cards. We're going to start with the cards that reflect the situation that you're in or that you're just coming out of. And you have the Page of Pentacles, the Moon, the Five of Cups, the Three of Swords, and chains. This situation you have found yourself in appears to be progressive and has built up slowly over time. You may not have noticed it at first, but as things have escalated, you have felt more and more oppressed and ostracised. The path you are on may feel lonely and increasingly rocky. The fear of not being in control may leave you feeling helpless. There's an essence of being shut out. Maybe you are not privy to all the information at this time, or you could be feeling that you are not a prominent person in this phase and have been pushed to one side, or your thoughts and feelings are being discarded and ignored. For some of you, there has been a shift, and you may feel like you are part of a third-party situation. This may not necessarily be with another person in a relationship. It could relate to family, work, or friendship groups. Whereas you were a central cog in the dynamic previously, now someone else is taking the limelight. This can lead to you questioning your position in this relationship and what will happen in the future. The next cards reflect what the situation is actually doing. We have competition, warrior guides, and deprivation, prosperity guides. The card of competition is fairly self-explanatory. Trying to be heard in a sea of voices, to be seen when you have nothing to allow you to stand out, or vying for attention can be draining and depleting. Being deprived of anything, albeit attention, acknowledgement, or something more tangible like material rewards, adds to this feeling of being out in the cold. You may find that trying to increase effort may take more energy than you have available, and if this is to no avail, this can lead to feeling there is no way out of this situation at the current time. The next couple of cards are asking if we have any ancestral or past life energies that will help. And we have wars and battles and wisdom. A need to know that things work in phases, and this too shall soon pass, is the essence of these cards. A need to pick and choose your battles and fight those that are worth your time and energy are those that you need to pursue. Also remember, you have to remain strong, even behind the scenes, and keep your resolve remaining true to yourself. Experience and wisdom come with experience, and this is what you are gaining from this current situation and cycle. The next few cards are what you surrender, and they are: surrender to inner peace, cultivate inner peace on a daily basis in quiet meditative moments, focus on the stillness within and enjoy this inner refuge. Others will feel your good vibes too, and your life will flow more easily. Then we've got surrender your desire to control people. Being over-controlling can sabotage relationships. To more effectively achieve your goals, back off, regroup, and give the situation some breathing room. And then finally, we have surrender low self-esteem. You deserve success, love, and abundance. Set an intention to identify and release any remnants of low self-esteem. Acceptance of knowing that not everything is in your control is key. Not everyone will be as caring or thoughtful as you. When things go wrong, not everyone is forgiving or as generous as you. Trying to reflect how you are as a person or the poise and control you have over yourself onto others is fruitless. A need to release this will help reassure you that this is not your issue. You also need to take a step back to nurture yourself and to allow you time to reset, relax, and remember who you truly are. Self-esteem and your mood will lift when you master this technique. The next cards give us a little bit of advice on what will help. And they're quite beautiful cards. So I'm going to show you the fronts and obviously the descriptions. This one is courage. Have the courage to see the lessons in all situations and face them constructively. And we have this one. which is pause, accept that you must wait and prepare for developments to reach the next stage. This one, which is a card of reflection, time to focus, balance, reflect and guide yourself past stumbling blocks to take the right actions. And then finally we have this one, which is the card of patience. Creativity takes time, and sometimes a project can seem to be taking too long or seem to be failing. So having the cards patience and pause in the reading together is definitely a pointer to tell you it's time to go within. It's a period of reflection, both over this situation and back to times when you were happier in the past before you encountered this phase, or the people that are connected to it. This will help you take stock, and from this you will find the courage and resources to pick yourself up and dust yourself down, and most importantly to find the next step that you need to take. And then the final batch of cards relate to the outcome and how things are going to progress. And you have the card Speak Out, Communicate and Solve the Conflicts. Face Your Fears, Farewell to Fear Phantoms. Way of Faith, Let Faith Be Your Guide. And then finally, Ending a Trauma, Transform Memories and Symptoms. You may feel the need to share your experience. This may be a simple conversation with a friend over coffee, or it could be actually expressing how you feel to someone that has caused you pain. Sharing is part of the healing process and can in many ways allow you to move on. However, only do this when you are ready and in a place where you feel you have made peace with your past. Whether you share your experience with a loved one, a professional, in a journal or diary, or writing a letter that will never be posted, the release and desire to move on will soon overtake and surpass what you are releasing. So I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, give us a like, consider sharing and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next reading. If you pick wizard number 3, here are your cards. We're going to start off with some cards that relate to the situation that you're in at the moment or that you're just coming out of. And you have the Wheel of Fortune, the Ace of Wands, the Two of Wands, the King of Swords, and the Hangman. The energy around these cards seems to be a lot of work, but little to show for it. There's an element that time is going too slowly and nothing is moving. In order to move things along, you may have invested more time or instigated things to manifest. You may have put more effort into things, feeling productive, but still seeing little by way of reward. It may leave you feeling depleted or tired from not seeing something come into fruition. There have been subtle changes along the way, but you may have been so determined or blinkered that you have not seen your vision slip away. A need to reassess your situation and to realign your desires is now required. There may be a fear of failure if you do anything different from the norm, but action is needed now, as is positive change. If you still set your sights on this original dream coming into being, then you really need to strive for it. The next couple of cards is What is the Situation Doing? And you have Intuition, which is one of the Inner Child cards. And you have Community, which is one of the Spiritual Ancestor cards. This situation is taking you back to your roots, either your childhood or back to basics of when communities came together to help one another. Maybe those close to you could offer some help or guidance. Those who have the ability to aid your plight can alleviate your worries by simply being asked. Your project may relate to children or local community, or impact these groups, or its results may give a positive outcome to those who are around you. The next couple of cards are if there's any ancestral or past life energy or advice that you can get. And they are persecution and inquisition and authority figures. It almost feels as if you are being penalised for your choices and decisions. It feels there are people judging you who have never walked a day in your shoes and who have no idea what has brought you to this place in life. Whilst rules should be abided by, we do have free will to do as we please within certain boundaries. Whilst listening to others' opinions, it's often necessary, but rarely changes the facts in someone's head who is determined. Now is the time to question anyone who challenges your actions as to their motives. Do people simply care about you, or do they have a lot to gain? Is their help from a place of concern, or is it from somewhere that may not be fully justified? The next couple of cards relate to how to surrender. And you have surrender to your soul's path. Your life's journey has been perfectly designed for your soul's growth. Embrace every lesson and every moment. And surrender outdated beliefs about yourself. Let go of limiting ideas about yourself that originate from the past. Then you can own your power and soar in your life. It's easy to say surrender outdated beliefs or to your soul's path, but to truly believe it is more difficult. When something feels tiresome or a challenge to start or face, it shows your heart and soul is not truly appreciative of it. There may be cycles and patterns that you have been following, but going round these over and over again rarely brings different outcomes. This can be the way that you view situations, friends, or the future in comparison to how you used to feel. All of these things dictate a change in perspective and can denote through evolution that you have outgrown your old self and your position. Clearing the residue of this allows room for the new and exciting options to step up. Then we've got a few advice cards to get some guidance as to what will help. These are really pretty cards, so I'm going to show you the front and the back. This is your first card, and it's to analyse. Your time is well spent analysing, but only up to where you become too attached to any particular outcome. And then we have this card, which is resistance. Understanding why you resist what you have to do is a crucial part of the creative process. And then this is the last card, which is recycle. Learn from the past and apply it to creating your vision of the future. Analysing the situation and different scenarios allows you to explore possible direction from where you are now. Learning what you resist and why will help you mould what you want and how to realistically reach for it in the future. Recycle is also a reminder that the past has happened for a reason and tells us to use our experiences to learn and grow. And then lastly, we have some outcome cards, which are transformation, let love transform you forever, and silence in the mind, let silence guide you to your inner peace. Your future is bright, although the path currently has proved to be a little more difficult than expected. But with intuition, inner resolve and determination, you will see through this transformative stage And like the caterpillar, the hard work will pay off and you will soon be a butterfly. So I hope you've enjoyed this reading. Give us a like, consider sharing and subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll see you in the next one.